Yeah, hello. This is Sandra, and I just thought I think I need to go live now. This is a premiere, actually. I've never done this before, but I got off a session, a coaching session with a client of mine just now, and I realized, I think I need to share something with you because actually, the topic she discussed was that now with the Easter holidays coming up, she felt really kind of sad and frustrated and hopeless because usually, she used to travel over the holidays, and I can so relate because that used to be my reality as well. So we just took off and traveled to some nice destination, and now we have a situation which is caused by the pandemic and caused by lockdowns, certainly here in Europe where I live. Don't know about you, if you see a lot of restrictions coming down on your usual way of living. But that made me think because I offered my client at that point to simply travel inwards. And that's what we did. And it had quite an effect on her. And I thought, well, as it worked so well with her, and it's also a ritual I use for myself if I don't feel really well and if I feel locked in, literally, I thought I'd just briefly share this with you. Now, just imagine, and actually, you can use this anytime when it's useful for you. Just imagine, your mind is running with all those negative thoughts, and you may not feel really very well, and you feel maybe frustrated and a little depressed and a little sad in whatever circumstance. Maybe just start to silence that clutter on your mind with a little intervention that is actually a sensitive little exercise, a sensational exercise. And what I've also demonstrated here on my Insta channel is that you may want to simply rub your fingertips with such attention that you can feel the ridges on your fingers. And I just invite you to do that right now. And take a breath and maybe notice the difference that makes when you really focus on your fingerprint. And you may notice that you are becoming a little calmer, a little bit more settled in the here and now. And now I would like to invite you to travel inwards to a spot that you have seen before, maybe on one of your journeys, maybe a favorite spot, a favorite location that you love so much somewhere in the world, wherever it may be. Just take a second or maybe two to let that spot, your favorite spot, become really, really present. And lean into being there. Just imagine you are actually there. Maybe it's at the sea or in the mountains with a nice view, or maybe somewhere simply in a nice natural setting, maybe in the forest or out in the fields, wherever that may be. Just settle there and feel the soles of your feet. How do they feel now that you're starting to ground yourself exactly there at that spot, which is your spot, your favorite spot? How do your feet feel there as you feel you sitting somewhere on a little bench, maybe on a nice chair? Or are you just standing, feeling your legs, feeling your stability of your body posture? And now just smell the scent in the air. There may be a very specific scent. Just take that in and enjoy and savor that scent. Maybe some noises that are just so specific there at that spot. Maybe the waves that you can hear rolling in, or the wind up in the trees. Maybe the birds. Just listen closely to what you can hear and enjoy those noises, as you may notice that they're really calming you down and helping you to settle even a little deeper there at your favorite spot. And notice the difference that makes. Notice how you become calmer and calmer, fully present there at that spot. And just be aware that actually within a split second you can travel there anytime. This is your protected, favorite inner spot that you can reach anytime, just in a split second, just by thought. And maybe you even want to anchor your little inner journey with a gesture that reminds you of that capacity of yours, that you are able to activate your inner journey anytime when you need it. So what gesture would that be? You may just, strike your arm, or maybe put your hand on your heart. Or just take a deep breath into your belly. And know the next time when you feel anxious or a little bit frustrated and you want to travel far, you want to be free, be aware you are free. You are free to travel anywhere, anytime, because you can do it in your mind and supported by your body. So I wish you wonderful holidays coming up. I hope this has been useful, and I would love to see your comments. Check my bio if you want to learn more about me, if you want to maybe dig a little deeper and open up all those possibilities that are there for you anytime. If you're determined to thrive, I'm here to help.